ولك just smoke and live. Smokey, get out of here. What? Hmm. 256. Hello. Hi and welcome. Everybody. Welcome to this live stream. Just wait. Here we go. Hi and welcome everyone. Today I'm here. Do you miss me? I'm back. Nice to see you everyone. I have a Serpent X20 RC Touring, a proper kit. Why it's a proper kit? It's capable of going in RC Touring tracks. Before the race, I don't want to make this video very long. Before the race, I want you to see everything that I will show you what I do before any race in the touring class. I used to drive this Ford Mustang, but it's heavy. It's heavier than my... I will not say that. Alright. It's 2 kg compared to this 1.3 kg. So weight is important in RC touring. This is number one. Get a proper chassis. I got the Serpent X20, which I will talk about, and how I did my setup. First of all, the body. It's a Prologue body by Extreme Company. The body, you can get it. It's very lightweight. You need to cut it in the correct edges, especially the wheel where it sits. Then you need to mount it on your car. Where are the body mounts? Like this. So this should be matching your setup. If your wheel is going to touch your body, end of story, you will lose the race. So make sure you take your time before anything, before you do any stupid mistake and cut your body correctly. Second, your body should be mounted on a level. That level should give you a proper ground clearance before you hit the track. It should not hit the asphalt or the carpet. Okay, but most of my setup I will talk about asphalt, because there we race on asphalt. We call it gar. Alright, so these edges over here should not touch any part of the asphalt or the street. The main issue in this race. So keep your lines cut nice and perfect. Where are the body trims are. Alright. I will talk about the chassis. It's full carbon fiber. Yes. Which I love. It's strong, lightweight, and flex. It can flex. This is flex. Here. Yes. So first thing I do, adjusting your cambers and your casters. The Anchorman. So your angle, if you have a weight scale by Hoodie or any scale of your Touring RC 110 car, you know this. You have to get your Anchorman set properly. Second, I have to know the track measurements. The track measurements should be acknowledged prior to the race. If you have along a track more than 40 meters or quarter mile, you have to set up a different car from a longer track, like half mile, or what you can call it in meters, 80 meters. Okay, so I will talk about the 40 meters setup track, which is proper for our touring tracks here we have in Dubai. So without any further to do, okay, I have intruder here. I will talk about the basics. You need to get a nose pillar. Your 2.0 is very important before the race. And a set of proper Allen keys as well, from 1.5 till 3.0. These are must in the race day. Okay, bunch of gears that will suit the track. Pinion gears and spur gears. So this is the pinion over here, and this is the spur gear over here. You need to get these in different sizes. So on the Serpent X20 by factory, it's coming in 24 as a pinion and 110 as a spur. Okay, and the internal gear ratio for this car is 2.0. They call it the internal gear ratio because of this diff over here, the rear diff or the front diff. They are 38 teeth. So 38 teeth, you divide them by the pulley on here, which equals 19. 38 divided by 19, the pulley which holds your belt. This will give you exact internal car ratio for the Serpent X20 or X21. They are the same in the differentials and internal gear ratio. So we have 38 divided by 19, which is 2.0. Remember this number. It's very important number because it will get you the most out of your FDR. FDR is your final driving ratio. How many times your shaft, motor shaft, need to spin to move your wheel one turn. So one turn of your wheel, FDR is how many motor shaft need to spin to be able to get you one wheel spin. This is your FDR. This is an important number, and this is equal this differential here, teeth, which is 38 divided by 19 tooth on the pulley over here, multiply by spur gear divided by pinion gear. Spur gear divided by pinion gear will give you the gear ratio that you can multiply it with your internal car ratio, then you will get your final FDR. Look in your ESC manual and look at the track size. If you have a small track, your FDR should be between 7 and 10. Okay, your FDR number should be between 7 and 10. If you have a blinky mode, just stock, only stock motors, no blinky, no turbo, no boost in that situation, then you have to adjust your motor again, your calculations, your FDR to match a 4 to 5 FDR. 4 to 5 in the blinky mode or just stock, we call it just stock. As you can see here, this setup what I will talk about is just stock from Hobby Wing. So prior to the race, tools are very important. Gears, electronics should match that race setup. If you have a just stock or not or blinky non-modified motors, you have to stick to that rules. So here I have the tools, as I told you, a measurement temperature thermometer. This I will not use it so much unless I need to be super quick to replace a differential or a belt. So you need a torch, electronic screwdriver, Phillips screw. Keep it in hand because sometimes you need to help friends, like this car over here. Most of the HPI servants, sprint to sport or sprint to drift or sprint to race, most of them are using Phillips screw drivers. So, and these are very important. Bunch of arms and gears, extra grease, anything that you may need in that race. Don't forget the wheel wrench. This is what will change your tires in the track, so you don't need to miss that as well. It's very important tool. So our cars in touring are using now in the modern cars mid-motor. Mid-motor can give you a lot of center gravity as low as possible. And you have in carbon chases a lot of flex. That flex is important on turns and keep your car tough and lightweight. So first thing, before I go to the track, I should know which tires I should use. Most of the cases we are use sweep tires in touring 110 cars. Sweep tires are good between shores 34 till 40. Depends on the weather, track condition, and the traction. How much traction you can get with that track, specify the track. So in next race, we are going to use the Shore 40 from Sweep Racing, Sweep tires. So RCMe, which they are the sponsors of this video, by the way, they are going to hand over each participant a new brand set of tires for Sweeps 40 Shore. This is important because they check the track, the asphalt condition, and the lap time. They can do the best at that day. So after tomorrow is the race. For us, I will be live, and after that I will do a small montage video regarding the race. It will be in Dubai Autodrome, organized by UAE RC Group. A huge shout to them. Dubai Autodrome, a huge shout to them as well. RV bin Lahej, and RCMe is the organizer as well. So guys, what you should do before the race: get your electronics well set up. Your motor should be just stock in that race. We are going to use a just stock motor, 13.5 turn. 13.5 turn. On this motor, on this track, we need to get an FDR of 4 till 5. Depends how much fast you want to go and how much slow you want your car to be. So the fastest will be 4.0 on the RPM when it will rev. The slowest will be 5.0. That what your setup should be as it is, as you like your car. So in this case, I have a pinion gear of 42 and I have a spur gear 100 by Oxon company. Oxon is a reputed company using a lot of good quality materials that they are manufacturing for heat resistance and zero manufacturer faults for the gears. I like Oxon gears. That's why I have them on my Serpent right now. So first thing in the RC touring car, this must be acknowledged by every racer. keep everything as low as you can on your chassis. This is the tip number one. Here we will start the tuning. Get your battery as low as you can. Don't get a tall battery. This will affect your center of gravity. LCG. It should be low center of gravity. Every part in this car should be minimized to the bottom. Okay, this is part number one. Even my wires, they are wrong now. I should find a way to put these wires in the proper place. They should be as low as I can manage them. I will do resoldering over here because I am done with the testing of my car. So all of these wires should go down. They must go down. Okay, even these wires will affect your run and your lap time. Lap time you will achieve by speed and control, driver control with the remote and a proper car setup. So first thing of your car setup should be LCG, low center of gravity. Second, tires, we talked about them. That depends on the track and race situation. Second, I need to make sure no stripped gears in my car. So I do this. Is it turning around smoothly? It's moving forward and backward smoothly. How smooth it is? Watch out, for modified motors you will have more torque. So forget that. If you have a doubt in your car, just move back your motor from the pinion, from the spare gear, or remove the pinion completely, so you will know that your car is not stuck in anywhere. Your drivetrain should move completely smooth, so it will roll by itself. Even my motor attached here, but I have the just stock motor, it's moving like that. Nothing is jammed in your drivetrain. If it's jamming, you have to open it up and check where it's jamming. Maybe here, maybe you over tighten something here, maybe there is a stone stuck in somewhere here, or you have a bad bearing in somewhere in your diff pulleys or in the axles. You have to figure that out prior to the race, because your car will not be in the competition level. Make sure you adjust this stuff before the race. Okay, so this is part number 2. Point number 3, get a 2.0 Allen key, and this is very important, especially if you want to enter the corners as much as fast you want, and you want to exit them as fast as you want. The touring cars, we are using carbon fiber chassis for a reason. The flexibility I talked about, but to achieve this flexibility, you need to adjust your upper tray. Yes, it's adjustable. So lose all the 4 screws coming on your car. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4 at the rear. Lose them just by 2 turns. Okay? 2 turns, 2 turns, 2 turns, and everywhere. After that, so I'll just demonstrate this part in one place to save time. After that, make sure you have 2 proper Allen key of the same size, or you can just use the hoodies. They have some special part you can put under your chassis. So I'm going to put this Allen key over here under my front wheels, but on the chassis. Alright, and the second part under my rear wheels, as well under the tires. So under the tires, but it's not touching it's not touching the tires. It should touch directly your chassis. After that, I will start tightening up, okay, from the closest part to the motor on my upper tray. My upper tray have, as I said, 4 screws, so I will start tightening up this part over here. This screw over here, I need to start tightening from here. Okay, so I will tight and not tight too much. Once it's stopped, leave it. I will turn this one around. Once it's stopped, leave it. Let me just adjust everything. I will reopen it again, okay, to do it in proper way, because after tomorrow I have a race. So I'm losing the 2 screws by 2/3. The 4 screws, most of them are loosened out now. I will tighten them back in, okay, but they should be up in here. Come on. Oh my god, big jump, Smokey. All right, here. Tight. Once it's stopped, you should stop. Don't force it much. Keep it nice. Keep it nice. After that, you have to do the rear the same way. So loosen 2 screw, loosen 2 screw. This will get you exactly the proper flex in your RC touring car. Okay, this is part number 3. We finished from adjusting your upper tray and your chassis flexibility. Fourth, we are in 4th point in RC touring races. Your under chassis, make sure every part in here is tightened. There is no loosened screws under your chassis. One loosened screw could affect your whole driving way. So make sure this part over here. Hello, hi. Hello from Minnesota, USA. Welcome, Dan. Welcome everybody to this live stream. Hi, Mr. Ala. How are you? Muhammad Maaz. I am fine, bro. How you doing? As I said, guys, don't forget to tighten each screw, especially in the serpents. Lower deck chassis, they have a problem. Yes, most of the screws are sticking out. Even if you tighten them as much as you can, the holes in your lower deck chassis are not dremelled correctly. So you need to make the hole bigger or over tighten your screws. Me myself, I prefer the first option, so I will get a nice flat under chassis. I don't want any part of this chassis, the screws especially, to be touching the ground or the asphalt or whichever track I'm racing on, because it will slow me down and it will affect the whole driving way that I'm racing in. Okay, so this is a very important part over here. Make sure it's smooth, because you can see there are scratches everywhere on the chassis. Okay, so it's touching the ground and it should be completely flat, nothing there sticking away or apart from the chassis that will affect your driving speed or turns. That could affect you that could make you lose. All right, now we finished with the 4th point. Now the most important point is your battery. Make sure before you put your battery in, there are 2 screws in any chassis of the touring cars. These are the battery holders. They will not let you push the battery towards your spur gear or motor holder. So this should be away from your spur gear holder or the pulley end, which have the C-clip over here. Make sure your battery is not touching that part. In this way, if it's touching your center pulley over here, you have to loosen these screws. you can see them in the chrome color, and put a washers like what I did over here. I put a washers, a 1 millimeter washer, just to stay safe as I can, that my battery will not touch my pulley or my spur gear or motor mount. That's very important part, guys, before the race. And even if it's touching, you have to know that from first point nothing is stuck in the drivetrain after you fixed in your battery, because your battery will be in this place all the race. So you don't want to lose that race for one stupid mistake you forgot about. Okay? Yes, tell me, what do you want? Okay. Okay, goodbye. Alright, so let's do this. Who's here? Superman. Hello, coming from British Columbia, Vancouver Island, Canada. Hello, man. My brother is just beside you. He's in Abbotsford. Yeah, he's in Abbotsford and he's loving it, man. He's loving it. A huge shout out to all Canadians fam I have over there, and welcome to my channel. So guys, we have to move on and check our rear diff. So in touring cars, in front, we are using a spool. I don't care about it. What I care about it is your differential, the rear one. The rear differential, this should move against each other. So I'm moving this part over here and this part clockwise, anti-clockwise. So these are very important things in RC touring, because if you have them too much tight, your differentials resistance on the turns is so much high, you are going to spin. Your wheels are going to spin. So once the pressure is going on one side, the other side should spin faster. All right? So if this wheel, if I'm going to turn right, and this wheel have more traction on it, it should lose the power and give the power to the other wheel over here, which have less weight on that corner. This is very important, and we can achieve this by referring to the manufacturer of our RC touring car, and he supplied us with a diff oil. The diff oil for the servant, for example, where it is? Hello. I lost my diff oil. Yes. This happens, by the way, in the races, and if you do that, you are screwed up. I have my sweet tires, tire compound traction additives, but I cannot find my... Alright, I think they are in my spare parts. Spare parts, by the way, are important, very important in any RC touring racing stuff. Yes, I have it in here. Yes. So this is the differential oil. Recommended for serpent by manufacturer is 7000 CST. So this is the resistance oil that you will have in the rear differential, recommended by your car manufacturer, as I said. And spare parts, guys, you have to get a lot and plenty for any crashes, especially the belts, upper arms, lower arms, belts, differentials, front spool, back spool, and driving shafts. These are a must in your toolkit bag. They are tools to get you win the race. So if you crashed in some point in your track, someone hit you hard in the front lower end or front upper end, you are going to need to replace these A-arms. This is the upper wishbone and this is the lower wishbone, or even the tire camber adjuster holder, or the hex holder as you call it. But these parts, guys, I prefer to purchase from beginning two chassis, so you will have full spare parts of your RC touring car right on the spot. It will be cheaper than you are buying the parts separately. So every part will damage on your car, you will get it by your second option. It's not recommended by me, but I prefer this way. It's cheaper. Any part in the car will smash or crash or damaged or get lost, I can replace it easy with the spare parts. I have it from the other RC chassis, the touring RC. It should be the same manufacturer, the same model. Okay, so that's what I do and that's what I prefer for me. So these are very important stuff, guys. Now Serpent X20s especially, they have a manufacturer default. I think they sold in the 2021. They have a leaky oil diffs. That's because of this, what you call it. There is a oil ring seal. Okay, there is a ring foil for sealing your differential oil from getting out of your differential. This is very important part that to be maintained properly. You need to get that part, purchase it from your local hobby shop or from online for your car, and get that serviced after every race if you want to win, because when you lose oil in your diff, it will be very easy to just lose your drivetrain completely by smashing the gears or grinding them. The gears inside the differentials, they need that silicone oil which I talked about, and if it's leaking out of your car, then you are screwed up. Okay, so nothing should touch your drivetrain's belt. Even if you have a capacitor, you have to relocate it yourself and find the specified place where it will not touch anything. Your wires should be as low as you can. Your battery should be flat, nice and shiny, depends on full size or small size like this one I have. But in that race I'm going to use the long battery, the normal size. That's why my battery tray is set up here for that proper size, which is big battery. Even if you can do it, use these low center of gravity connectors. They will just plug in your batteries without extensions of wires and going to give you a high center of gravity. We want to avoid that as much as we can. Beautiful, yes, it's a great place here. Thanks, man, thanks. Thanks, Superman. I don't know your original name, but that's a cool name, Superman. I love it. And you are most welcome, man. So make sure, as I told you guys, these are steps prior to race. And the race date, early in the morning, if you have time to wake up early like me, go head up early to the track. Try to practice on that track, your car, your setup, to avoid any issues with your car. So don't wait for the race to start and then you start your driving. No, you have to practice before that. At least 1 hour before the race starts, you need to do your practice runs with your car after all of the tuning I talked about in here. So if you have one doubt, yeah, that my suspension is not good, my lower arm is not good, my steering is not too much, I need to increase the EPA on my remote, or my car is so fast, I need to lower the gears, the pinion, my final FDR, I need to go to a higher FDR. That will be important in the race day. Before the race, you have to get that done before the people say 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, So what I want to talk about also, and it's very important, don't just get a full steering. In RC touring, we don't want that steering much, not like we are not going to drift, we want to race. Most of the turns need a little bit of a steering adjustments that turn your car, and it will be maneuvering all over the laps, and every corner will be covered by this angle. It's a 25 degree. So if I have a 0 point over here, this angle of my tire should be the inner wheel. I'm talking a turn by right. The inner wheel should be a 25 degree only. It will be enough in RC touring. Your other wheel in the Ackerman, it should be 19 degree or 18 degrees. So whichever you have over here, okay, you should not have the same over here. I don't prefer that. So if your inner wheel going in 25 degrees over here, I like this wheel to be 18 or 19 degrees, and vice versa. So my inner wheel now on the left turn, it will be this one. So this one should be 25 degrees measured on a proper scale, like hoodies. There are a lot of companies, even Yah Racing, they issued their 110. I don't have it right now because I lent it to my friend, but this should be 25 degrees and this should be between 18 to 19. This is what I found the most proper tire alignments in your Anchorman after you tune your car. And after that, a very important point before you hit the race also, you need to check your balance. So I'm not going to use this battery. I'm going to use a 290 grams battery, which equal to this pillar over here. This nose pillar over here weighs 290, and I completely measured my car on a corner weight scale for especially for RC cars. This weight scale give me a proper 50-50 on each tire on this battery. But I had one problem at that time, which was if I take a screwdriver over here and there is the center of your chassis, you need to take it up by this screwdriver over here and see which tire will leave the ground first. So I will use my finger here only for demonstration and the video. I will lift up my car over here after it's straight on a flat surface, and my battery, which is in this situation the nose pillar over here, I will leave it up and see which tire will leave up first. If any tire of these will leave the ground first, for example this tire, I have doubt it left before this tire, so I need to adjust my rear suspension, not the front. Okay, so if this tire is leaving early than this tire, I need to do losing 1 point in here, 1 circle clockwise, losing out, and tighten up 1 point over here on the right side. So the wheel side, I will tighten that on the rear section, and on the cross wheel side I will loosen that by a pet. Then I will get that effect. What my car is tuned, that's why you don't see it right now, but do it in your car. I'm sure one of your tires, if not 100%, it will leave before the other. Don't forget, guys, battery should be in. Don't do that without everything in. The body I will not count it because it's counter measured and the body is very light and it will not affect the overweight or the total weight of your car. So this is very important point to do it. In front suspension, hello, where you go? in front suspension and the rear suspension the same way. So I'm going to tilt up my car like this after it's sitting correctly on a balanced level. Then I'm going to just pinch it from this part over here and see which part of my car will leave first, the right or left. So here we go again. Just if I have a doubt that this tire is leaving prior that this tire, I have to do the adjustment as I told you. So this tire is leaving before, lose one turn over here and tighten one turn on the same side of that wheel, but at the front, not at the rear. Okay, so I hope this is clear and this will give you, don't forget there are a lot of stuff that will help you under your chassis. For example, at the rear I have this empty point over here, this point which has nothing to do except for putting your screwdriver in. So it will help you figure out where is your center, that you should leave your car up from. Okay, this is a very important part. And don't forget your battery. This is your battery, my battery size, but my battery under maintenance right now. It's a top secret battery. It's coming in the next days and I will do a whole video of that battery. It's 290 gram, which is going to give me this exact what I want balanced on my car. Oh, we have over here the list greetings from Germany. Well, hello Mask RC, hello Charlie. Hi Charlie Brown, welcome to my channel. I'm talking about RC touring cars. I love them, man. They are really well designed and engineered. Amazing. I have a Serpent X20 Medius, a 4-wheel drive 110 scale. Amazing touring car. And let me get you some of my running action over here. So in this case, if I will run the car, always I'll put it on my RC stand, 3D printed by a friend of mine. His name is Muhammad. A huge shout to him. This is the battery connections, as I told you. Yes, I burned my capacitor prior to the race. Oh my god, what a stupid mistake I did. It's a non-polarized capacitor I have over here. This is a non-polarized capacitor. And I did that huge big mistake. I reversed the polarity on my battery connection. I connected the minus to the positive. I am dead right now. I need another capacitor. I can smell it burned. It's burned alive. I cannot run the car. I lose the race. Oh my god. I need a capacitor as soon as I can. If someone is watching me from my teammates, what a huge mistake I did. This is lesson number 1 should be out of all of this video. Don't burn your capacitor that came with the ESC by reversing your polarity on your battery. So this is what will happen to you if you do that. And I need to find a capacitor right now. A huge shout out to you guys all watching my videos and supporting me. And I'm going to run out to find another capacitor because our race is going to start in 2 days exactly. And yes, I'm in big deep trouble. So see you guys. See you.